Hey guys, it's Casey Flowers back with another video. My last video was a little bit rambly, so I'm going to try to keep it to the point today and just show you what you need to know in order to understand your birth chart. Important to note that this is an Astro Thot approved birth chart, meaning that anybody who is really into astrology is going to they're just gonna love you. I feel like I should explain Astro Thot a little bit more before I go into this. If you've ever said astrology is more than just your sun sign, you probably are an Astro Thot. If you know what the term big three means, you might be an Astro Thot. And if you are in one or more Facebook groups that have to do with astrology, you are definitely hands down an Astro Thot. And I am your queen leader today. So I'm going to show you how to get a chart that will impress the internet and will make you look like you at least know a little bit of what you're talking about, other than using, like, say, a cafe astrology table chart, which drives real astrologers crazy. So we are going to be using Astro.com to get our chart today. We are going to start our adventure by going up here to the toolbar, so that way we can see everything. You can get to everything on this top toolbar too, or probably on the main page, but just to make it things easy, we're going to go here, free horoscopes, all horoscopes at a glance. Now, this is all of the stuff that you can do on Astro.com. There is a lot, but today we're going to be going to chart drawing ascendant. So we'll click that, agree. Now here you can choose to make a profile if you want to. For today, I'm just going to go to guest users to get the chart, accept the data privacy, and we're going to just put in my information. So you're welcome if you're curious about my chart. So we're going to go ahead and click through to the chart. The first thing that I want you to do is save this information to your computer, your phone, whatever. Email it to yourself so that way you have easy access. Part of the power of having this information is so that way you can engage in conversation easily with the people who are interested in it. So I would highly suggest to have it in an accessible place where you know exactly where it is, just in case you want to impress someone a little bit extra. In order to enlarge it a little bit, you can go ahead and click on the picture, and then you can zoom in if you need to see it a little bit clearer. Okay, so this is what an astrology chart looks like. So let's go through the components that make up this chart. First, we have the details of the person who the chart is for up in this corner. So double check that this is correct before starting, and especially check the time, because when you put it in, it is on a 24-hour system, and sometimes people will kind of mess that up. So just make sure that the time is correct. Then to the right of that, we have the actual chart. It's kind of like a big cosmic pizza, even complete with a crust. Then on the corner down here, we have a couple of tables that show us some more information. But this box right here is where I want any newbie to start with understanding their chart. And that's because this has like plain English that you can actually understand. You can always start there. If you forget how to look at all of the rest of this, you can always start there. So right here we have a list of all of the planets and the sun and moon being luminaries in astrology. These are our main points that we're going to start with understanding things. Right on the side of that, we have the list of glyphs. So right here we have a full list. And if you look, these glyphs are the same ones that are used on the circle chart. So we will be using those in a minute. But coming back to this chart, if you follow it through, you will see a number, a couple letters, and more numbers. So these letters in the middle right here are going to be the sign that the planet is in. So you can see here that my sun is in Scorpio, my moon is in Aries, my Mercury is in Sagittarius. The numbers in front are the degrees, which you can look into more as you study, but definitely just start with the planets in the signs. So that is kind of easy to understand. And if you wanted to just get the very basics to start Googling and understanding your chart better, I would start with just right here. Sun in Scorpio, moon in Aries, Mercury in Sagittarius, Venus in Libra. And you can get a ton of information there. But just so that way we can understand this circle chart a little bit better, we are going to look to how each of these glyphs here is also found in the circle chart. So if you look at my sun and you look at the glyph for what the sun is, we find that in my chart, it's right here. And if you look we can see that it has a blue line right here, and then it is in the crust of Scorpio. So I have my Sun and my Mars and my Pluto all in the Scorpio slice of pizza. If you don't know these glyphs by heart on the outside, like I do, and I'm just like casually referring to this as Scorpio, that would be something to Google, maybe even like print out or write down, so that way you have easy access to what the signs glyphs are. Again, you can see easily then, like if you wanted to look at your Saturn position, you could come to this box, look at Saturn, remember what that glyph is, then find it in the pizza pie, and you can see that it is in the sign of Aquarius. But there's a lot more that a circle chart can tell us than just what this is, which also has to do with the houses. So if you look in this same pizza slice that shows my Sun in Scorpio, if you come down to that first bite of the slice, it says 9. That's because my Sun is in the 9th house as well. So you have your planet in a sign and in a house. My Sun is in Scorpio in the 9th house. When you Google this, you could look up Sun in Scorpio, you could look up Sun in the 9th house, you could look up all three of them together. Oh, and one more thing, because the big three is so popular right now, that's Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. So if you were going to be looking for that, you would look at your Sun position here, your Moon position here, and your ascendant is going to be down here. It's abbreviated as AC. And if you follow that and you look for that on the circle chart, it is also accounted for here. Your ascendant is the beginning of your first house. It is what was coming up over the horizon at your time of birth. You have a lot of stuff that you can look up with just the signs and the houses, but I'm gonna add one more thing on in this video. So if you head south from our English box right here, you'll see this table that shows you the fire elements, the air elements, the earth elements, and the water elements of your chart. And it also breaks those down into cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Those are different qualities of each of the elements. And this last piece of this chart down here shows us aspects. So this is one of those charts that like you meet in the middle. So you'll go like your Sun, you come down here. Oh, there's a thingy here. So my Sun and my Venus make an aspect. So this is basically when these things are close enough to each other, they'll form their own bond. And this can be really helpful because it's kind of like looking at the electrical energy of your chart and seeing how things flow between planets and positions rather than them just being on their own. You can also see these same aspects represented in the blue, red, and black lines here. Some people also have green lines here. And all of these lines are accounted for in this aspect chart. So say that you were trying to learn more about your moon sign or something like that. You could look at your moon in Aries. You could look at your moon in the 2nd house, but then you could also look into each one of these lines to see what is going on. And then you can look that like my moon is opposite my Venus, and that's that red straight line that connects them together. Again, I would encourage you to look up a list of what these glyphs mean. If you type in something like astrology aspect symbols, you should be able to find it. That brings me to the end of this video. I hope that you can understand a little bit more now how nuanced that astrology is, that it's not just about your sun sign. There are so many different parts of this that it really does make your chart super unique, and it makes it a super fun thing to study because there is so much of it. So yeah, if you liked that video, please give it a thumbs up, please give it a comment, and please, please, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers right now. I think it'll be super easy, but like I need your help. And by the way, my light just died right now, so that's the perfect time to end the video. See you next Tuesday. Bye.